College is full of distractions. You've got clubs, friends, fun, freedom. Add ADHD to the mix and it can be a lot. But there are tools and approaches to help you succeed in college. And here's the secret, those same tools that help folks with ADHD, they're really good for everyone.
It's the College Talk Show. Today's theme, Navigating College with ADHD, with special guest Brandon Slade. And now, here's your host, Chris Bell.
College is hard for everyone, but for students with ADHD, making that transition from high school to college, it can be especially challenging. ADHD is not about lack of intelligence or ability in any sort, but it is about paying attention to executive function, focus, follow through, structure. ADHD brings strengths too, creativity, nonlinear thinking, energy. And this is all really good, especially when you apply it with structure, which can help all of those things contribute and help you shine. So it just takes some strategies like weekly routines and movement and visual tools and accountability and self-compassion. And that's what we're talking about here today. When we come back after the break, we've got a real special guest here, Brandon Slade. He's amazing. You're going to love him. Stay right there.
This episode is brought to you by Bell College Consulting. Visit bellcollegeconsulting.com to learn more.
Welcome back. I am so happy to have Brandon Slade here. This is a special guest. I've known Brandon for a while. He's the founder of Untapped Learning, a former educator and executive function coach who really understands ADHD. And I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to share with us. Brandon, I am so happy you're here. Thanks for joining me.
I'm so grateful to be here. I've always looked up to you and your work and just the amazing, you're just such an amazing advocate for kids. So thank you for all you do as well.
Man, my pleasure. My pleasure. So this whole ADHD thing, what inspired you to start Untapped Learning?
It was actually my own struggles. So I've always had this hyperactive ADHD thing. Like I was the kid who was flipping desks and jumping on tables, and I was all over the place, right?
Right.
But I was able to get through elementary, middle school, and high school okay enough. Didn't thrive by any means, but okay enough. But I left Colorado and I went out to Ohio on a football scholarship, and I just bombed my freshman year. I couldn't manage the academic with the athletic, with the social, and I didn't have tools with my ADHD to just be independent and put it all together. And so luckily I had some great coaches, some great mentors, some great professors who showed me through the process, and that kind of inspired what we're doing now. The work that college consultants and educators do in high school, a lot of students don't understand whether the student's playing a sport or they're a musician or they're in the play. The same skills we're building to help learn helps you learn your place, helps you learn your part. And a lot of students don't understand that. It's the same neural pathways that work, and that's why this stuff transfers so well.
Yeah, so you're saying it transfers from focusing on academics to life?
Yeah, so when you're asked to learn your lines for a play, it's the same thing that transfers at college. When you have to learn how you learn and organize your life in a way that makes sense, that's the stuff I'm passionate about that college consultants really can play a big role in.
People with ADHD, what are some of the challenges on the academic side that they face when they head off to college?
You know, the biggest one is just how to put everything together, how to organize your life in a way where you can get everything done in a way you need to do it. How do you develop routines so you don't always have your hair on fire? That's hard because a lot of the students we work with, their days are very scheduled.
Yes.
They're in school all day, they have extracurriculars. They haven't developed these skills to learn how to start on their own and balance everything in their life.
Wow, I get it. So so one of these things is sort of a routine or a schedule. Do you suggest tools, or how do students do this? What do you suggest?
Teaching students, you said the miracle word, like routines, right? Like what is their productivity place? Is it a coffee shop at a certain time? Is it the library where that's their productivity place?
Yes.
Where they're super productive. And those are the skills that transfer.
Got it.
That's a great start. And then also teaching your student some type of organizational system or making sure they have something. It's not going to be perfect, but you'd be amazed the number of kids we send off to even high-level universities that don't have a basis of an organization system yet.
I totally get that. One of the questions I ask students sometimes is, how do you organize everything? And it's very surprising to me how many are like, oh, I just got it in my head.
If we can work with them on this, the brain is for having ideas and not holding ideas. And so the conversation is, I know you can hold it in your head.
Right.
But eventually you won't be. So I just want to make sure you have a foundational organization system.
Brandon, every time I talk to you, you have so many golden sayings, and I have never heard that one before. The brain is for having ideas, not holding them. I love that.
Thank you. I don't think I coined that one, but there is a lot of neuroscience behind it.
What can people who are supporting these kids do to help?
The first one, like we talked about, is having an organizational system and knowing how to start. So teaching them an organizational system, teaching them routines, teaching them habits. And then here's the hardest part for parents is letting them fail a little bit in high school when things don't go right. Facing these natural consequences.
Got it.
Anytime we can ease off and let them have these safe failures, I think that's a great place to start.
What do you tell someone who's been told that ADHD is going to hold them back or, ruin their life or something? How do you help students like that?
There's a lot of really cool strengths with ADHD, and there's a lot of challenges with ADHD. Just like any other cognitive profile, if you learn how to double down on your strengths and systematize your weaknesses and build structure, you're going to be okay. Right?
Yeah.
So we always do everything through the Navy SEAL discipline equals freedom mentality. If I can work with a college student with ADHD to give up 30 minutes of their own time to go to an office hours with a professor, well, that one small discipline probably saved them an hour and a half to 2 hours minimum on the back end. Thinking differently is a good thing.
Right. Absolutely.
But it's hard work to systematize a lot of this stuff. Everyone wants more freedom, whether that's free time, freedom to play video games, freedom from anxious thoughts.
Right.
It's not easy procrastinating. The amount of anxious thoughts you have is actually really hard.
This conversation, these tools, I think they might be universal. So I'm wondering if you have thoughts on that about folks not with ADHD. Do you think that these tools might apply to them as well?
The dirty secret behind all this is best practice for everybody. It's essential if you have an ADHD or another executive function challenge. If you're in a highly anxious state or you have dyslexia, you're on the spectrum, what I'm talking about is essential, but it's best practice for everybody. Another example is movement.
Movement, right.
Yeah, this comes from the book Spark by Dr. John Rady, but 15 minutes of exercise with a study session paired after or a learning session paired after is performing better than Adderall right now in clinical studies for attention, learning, and memory, right?
Amazing. Right.
It's essential if you have an ADHD or some type of challenge.
Got it.
But it's best practice for everybody.
I've been to your office and you have AstroTurf and all sorts of stuff. I mean, it's amazing. So I know you help people practice this. Yeah.
Again, one of the gifts of ADHD. I remember being in grad school, and I got mine in school psychology, and everyone was either going to go to a clinical psychology practice or a school psychologist. And I'm like, I'm going to have an office with a football field. And I was like, what are you talking about, right? Like this makes no sense. But again, the fact that we think differently, if you discipline your gifts, it's a strength. Yeah. But one of the challenges is that a lot of us have these ideas, but we don't want to put in the hard work to systemize our routines and adhere to accountability.
Got it.
Like, how do you embrace accountability?
Another term. Embrace accountability. I love it. Tell me about Untapped Learning.
Yeah. Thank you for asking. So we work with middle school, high school, and college students, but we work with college students across the country right now. And so we meet with them multiple times per week and work on what's called executive function skills.
Got it.
We're working in best practice strategies, how to talk to professors in a kind way, how to email professors. We're helping students go from the structure of home to the unstructure of college, which a lot of people like me struggle with.
Well, I love it. I know the work you do is great, and you're an advocate for the field, and you're a delight to talk to. So I just want to say thank you very much. Let's thank Brandon for showing up today. Thank you. All right. This is the part where we pull out the key points from earlier in the show. It's kind of a summary of the key takeaways. We call it Top Tips.
Top tips. Top tips. Kind of a summary, but we call it Top Tips. Top tips.
It's not a top 10 list. No. This is a top tips list. Why get hemmed in by the number 10? Sometimes there's maybe 7 tips in a show or 3 little gems that you'll take out, but we'll never go over 10. Today's show, I think it had about 14 or so little dings during the interview of tips and points to be made, but we're cutting it off at 10. So here we go. Top tips for navigating college with ADHD. Number 10, organize. Number 9, use visual tools. Number 8, move before studying. Number 7, use an accountability partner. Number 6, double down on your strengths. Number 5, address weaknesses with structure. Number 4, practice self-compassion. Number 3, this stuff works for everyone. You don't have to have ADHD to do these things. Number 2, routines are the secret sauce. And your number 1 tip for navigating college with ADHD, discipline equals freedom. That's your list, and that's the ADHD show. Thanks again to Brandon Slade, and remember, college is awesome.